The books on this shelf by the bed include many books that I already like a lot, and then there are some sections of it that contain books that I really want to read next. So like in the kind of favorites stretch, there are some books that I haven't read, but there are also some verified favorites like Quixote, Death in the Family, As I Lay Dying, Crying of Lot 49, Pinin, Too Loud of Solitude, The Ben Lerner to a certain degree, stuff like this, Over here you got Kafka, Three Tales, Goalie's Anxiety, but you also got stuff like, like Slumberland and The Death of Adam, like stuff that I'm meaning to get to. And then there's also this little stack here of stuff that I've been meaning to get to. I recently read these bottom two books. The Golden Gate I've been meaning to read ever since I was in high school, and I was first romanticizing the idea of California in my head. I've always really liked this copy. I like this illustration. It has a Studio Ghibli quality to it. I probably got it like 7 years ago or something, and I've just been holding on to it, knowing that one day I was going to read The Golden Gate. This one you kind of have to surrender to. There are times while reading it where you think it's going to be too cute for you or too something or other, but then you kind of, you grow to expect the things that the verse makes the novel be. This thing where it's numbered, like number dot number, that's something that's also in the author's novels, An Equal Music and A Suitable Boy. I haven't read An Equal Music, but I have read A Suitable Boy. So first you do an A-B-A-B. So you do that. I did like Ending One, Bending Sun. Then you do a couple of couplets. So I did Will, Bill, Contrary, Cemetery. So now that I put cemetery, it made me want to say Undertaker, and then pitches, like people's ideas, ditches, acre, like an undertaker's acre. I don't know if an undertaker actually works at a cemetery, but you get the idea. So we've done the EFFE. All that's left to do is the GG. I just did like a random weird couplet at the end, but then you continue on, like, if you were making a book, you would call that 1.1, and then you'd do another one, 1.2 down here, and kind of continue it there. But in the book, there's all kinds of there's really cool use of ellipses and em dashes to get things to be more colloquial sounding, to be more like so that the pauses and the rhymes have a kind of pretense to be naturally occurring. And I thought it was interesting. So neither of these books did I like love unconditionally. I think every time I feel that way about a book, I'm pretty forthright, I'm pretty forthcoming about it, but I did enjoy these books a lot. I think that probably a lot of people can relate to the kind of anguish that Giovanni's Room contains, like especially if they can just generalize it and make it into a kind of a generalized anxiety about place and where you feel you ought to be. It's kind of like that song Landslide by that can be taken to be a song about a relationship, but it can also be generalized to just describe any point in time where change is occurring or seems necessary, and you kind of have this instinct to dislike it. But yeah, in this one, there's some cool like swapping of like guy goes with guy and then goes with girl, and this one, guy goes with guy and then goes with girl. I think that they're both kind of like tragic when viewed through a kind of easily accessible lens. But I don't mind reading tragic stories, and I think that the main pleasure I had here was of finally getting to know what's inside of these books that I've kept on my shelf for so long and always wondered about. Are you guys going crazy? Are you crazy right now?